Before we crack open tonight's cursed can of content, I just want to say a big thank you to all our subscribers, and an extra sinister shout out to the loyal members of the Sinister Elite. You legends help keep the darkness alive. If you're enjoying the stories and want to take it a step further, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and consider joining the Sinister Elite by clicking that join button below. Members get access to creepy custom emojis and exclusive Sinister Elite badges that level up the longer you survive with us. It's like loyalty, but spookier. All right, lights off, headphones in, and let's summon something we'll all regret. I never liked driving at night. The road feels different after midnight. Quieter, thinner, like you're alone in a place that wasn't built for people anymore. But Route 17, man, Route 17 is something else. I first heard the rumors at the gas station by exit 12. A trucker whispered about the midnight warnings, a story about drivers getting strange emergency alerts. Alerts that only show up while you're on that one stretch of highway. Alerts that disappear once you leave it. I thought it was bullshit. Until last night. I hit Route 17 at exactly 12:03 a.m. Cool fall air. Fog creeping low across the asphalt. My headlights barely cutting through it. No cars ahead. No cars behind. It didn't feel haunted. It felt wrong. Like the road was waiting. About 10 minutes in, my phone lit up in the cup holder. I hadn't touched it. No notifications all day. Emergency alert. The kind that buzzes your whole arm. Emergency alert. Route 17, Sector 3. Danger. Tall shadow on road ahead. Do not exit your vehicle. Do not look in your rearview mirror. I slammed the brakes. Hard. The seatbelt punched me in the chest. What the hell does that mean? I whispered it, like someone might hear me. I looked ahead. Fog. Trees. An empty 2-lane road. No tall shadow. No nothing. I thought the alert was a glitch, a leftover test message, or someone pranking drivers. I kept rolling. 5 minutes later, the fog got thicker. I slowed down to 30. Visibility dropped to almost nothing. It felt like I was driving inside a cloud. I started getting nervous. That alert kept replaying in my head. Tall shadow on road. Do not look in your rearview mirror. Why the rearview? Why that specific instruction? What could possibly... My phone buzzed again. Emergency alert. Route 17. Sector 4. Danger. Female figure. Crawling on shoulder, do not look in your rearview mirror. I froze. My hands tightened around the wheel. My stomach flipped. A crawling woman? On the shoulder? This had to be fake. It had to be some sick joke. But then I saw something move. Not in the mirror. Not behind me. To the right. Barely visible through the fog. A shape. Low to the ground. Pale. Jerky movements. Like someone dragging themselves by the elbows. I stared hard, trying to make out the form. Trying to convince myself it was a deer, or a dog, or a trick of the light. But it lifted its head. And that head was human. I punched the gas. My tires spun. Gravel popped under me. The car fishtailed before straightening out. That was real, I whispered. My throat felt tight. My chest felt heavy. I didn't look back. I didn't want to know if it was following me. The rule replayed in my head over and over. Do not look in your rearview mirror. Every instinct wanted to. I felt watched, like something was sitting in the back seat, breathing behind my ear, grinning at me from the dark. But I kept my eyes forward, locked on the road, white knuckles around the wheel. The fog thinned, the trees opened up, and then, buzz. Another alert. My heart dropped before I even read it. Emergency alert, Route 17. Sector 5 danger, non-human male, running behind vehicle. Maintain speed, do not look in your rearview mirror. I stopped breathing. My blood turned to ice. Running behind me? Non-human? My mind scrambled for options. floor it, stop, swerve. But the car behind me was empty. I hadn't passed anyone. No headlights for miles. So how could something be running behind me? I didn't want to find out. I pushed the pedal down. The engine growled. The speed climbed. 50, 60, 70. The whole car shook. The fog whipped past the windows. But I still felt it. Something. Behind me. Matching my speed. Keeping pace. Close enough to touch the bumper. A single cold breath hit the back of my neck. Like someone leaning forward. Like someone sitting directly behind me. Close. Hungry. My eyes burned from holding them open. I refused to blink. I refused to look. The phone buzzed violently. Another alert. The loudest one yet. Emergency. Alert Route 17. Final sector, do not look in your rearview mirror under any circumstance. You are being observed. I almost screamed. I almost swerved off the road. My hands shook uncontrollably. Observed by what? How many? How close? I kept driving. Straight. Forward. No mirrors, no glancing, no checking blind spots. And then I saw it. The sign for the next town. The glowing exit ramp. Civilization. Light. Safety. I yanked the wheel. Tore off Route 17. My tires screeched. My heart hammered in my ears. The fog disappeared instantly. The temperature warmed. The pressure in the car lifted like someone stepped out. My phone stopped buzzing. Silence. I finally pulled into a gas station. Lights bright. People inside. Music playing over speakers. Normal life. I sat there, shaking, sweating, hands trembling around the wheel. After 10 full minutes, I finally worked up the nerve to check the rearview mirror. Slowly, carefully, terrified. I lifted my eyes and saw nothing. Just the inside of my car. Empty. Normal. Like nothing ever happened. I sighed. Relieved. But then the mirror flickered. Just once. Like static. And for a split second, my reflection wasn't looking back at me. It was smiling. I left the mirror alone. Didn't touch it, didn't adjust it, didn't look at it again. I shoved the car in park and stumbled inside the gas station. Bright lights, warm air, people talking, music playing. It felt unreal after what just happened. My legs felt rubbery. My chest hurt like I'd been holding my breath for an hour. All I wanted was to sit down and pretend none of it was real. The clerk at the counter looked up. A teenager, greasy hair, red hoodie, half asleep expression. He froze when he saw me. His eyes widened a little, like he saw something over my shoulder. Dude, you look like hell. He swallowed. What exit did you come from? Route 17. I whispered it. My throat felt tight. My voice shook a little. His face drained of color. All the sleepiness vanished. He stepped back like I had a gun. You need to sit down. He pointed to a booth near the window. Now. I didn't argue. I dropped into the seat. My hands wouldn't stop trembling. He grabbed a phone from under the counter, dialed someone, turned away from me but spoke loud enough to hear. Yeah, I got a traveler from 17. No, he's inside. No, he hasn't looked yet. I don't think... My stomach dropped. They knew. They all knew. The clerk hung up and jogged over to my table. He slid a small hand mirror toward me, face down. Whatever you do, don't flip that over. His voice cracked. You saw something, didn't you? I nodded. My mouth felt dry, my breathing shaky. He sat across from me, hands fidgeting, leg bouncing like a jackhammer. People come off that road sometimes, he whispered. Not often, but enough that we've got a protocol here. Protocol? My chest tightened again. Why is everyone acting like this is normal? Because it is, for that road. He leaned closer, eyes serious. Route 17 is older than the town, older than the highway system. Some locals say it was built over something. Others say it's a place things go when they're not supposed to exist. I stared at him, heart pounding. What things? He shook his head. Every driver sees something different. It shows them whatever comes easiest. The dark, the fear, the hidden stuff in the back of your mind. He swallowed hard. And it follows them when they leave. My stomach turned. My skin felt cold. I didn't see anything in the mirror at first. My voice barely came out. Then my reflection smiled, and I didn't. The clerk exhaled sharply. That means it noticed you back. My blood ran cold. What does that mean? I whispered. That it's not done with you. I swallowed hard. My hands shook so badly I had to hold them together. I thought leaving the road meant I was safe. I thought the lights and people meant I was normal again. But something was still with me. Something that shouldn't exist. Something that wanted me to look. Another clerk came out from the back room. Older guy. Big beard, wearing a reflective vest. He carried a roll of duct tape and a sheet of black fabric. "Windows clear," he said without looking at me. "Cover the car mirrors. Side and rear. Tape them up good." The teenager nodded. He grabbed the fabric and ran outside. I slid out of the booth. Feet heavy. Mind spinning. The older clerk stopped me with a hand on my shoulder. "Son, listen to me." His voice was gravel, steady but grim. "You don't ever look at a reflection after Route 17. Not for a few days. Not until you're sure it lost interest." "A reflection?" I whispered. "You mean mirrors?" He shook his head slowly. "No, I mean anything that reflects. Windows, puddles, car paint, your phone screen, even the chrome on a door handle." My chest tightened again. "Why?" He stepped closer, lowered his voice like he didn't want anyone else to hear. "Because that thing behind you wants to be you. It's patient. It waits in reflections until you look long enough. Then it switches places." My heartbeat stopped for a moment. Cold fear crawled up my spine. "I saw it smile," I whispered. "That's bad, isn't it?" His jaw tightened. "Yeah, it means it's close." The teenager ran back inside, breathing hard, hands shaking. "Mirrors covered," he said. "But, there's something else." "What?" the older man asked. The kid pointed outside, voice trembling. "There's handprints on the back window." My stomach flipped. My knees felt weak. "No one touched my car," I said. "I was inside the whole time. No one was out there." The teen swallowed. He whispered so quiet I barely heard it. "These handprints weren't from the outside." A cold shiver ran all the way down my back. The older man looked at me, eyes filled with pity. "You need to leave town before it gets stronger," he said. "And whatever you do." Before he finished, my phone vibrated. Hard, like someone pounding on it from the inside. I lifted it slowly, hesitant, terrified. "Emergency alert, Route 17. Follow-up warning, reflection contact detected. Do not look at any reflective surface creature as attempting recognition." My hands trembled, my vision blurred. The clerk stepped back like I had become radioactive. "Recognition?" I whispered. "What does that mean?" The phone buzzed again. One final line appeared. "It knows your face now." I didn't go back to my car. Not yet. Not after reading that last alert. Not after the clerk said those handprints were from the inside. The gas station suddenly felt too small, too bright, too reflective. Windows everywhere. Glass doors. Cooler doors. Metal shelves. Phone screens. All of it waiting to show me something I didn't want to see. The older clerk grabbed the teenager by the shoulder. "Get the window film." He pointed at the big front windows. "Quick, before it finds a clean angle." "Finds one," I whispered. "What do you mean, finds one?" He didn't look at me. He pulled a set of keys from his pocket and locked the front door. Once it knows your face, he said quietly, it starts looking for you. I felt sick. My stomach twisted like someone grabbed it and squeezed. I thought it was behind me, I whispered. On the highway, running, breathing, watching. It was, he said, but that was before you saw it smile. Now it doesn't have to stay behind you. He pointed at the windows. The teenager was rushing to cover them with thick black sheets, tape squeaking, hands shaking. Reflections are doors, the older man said, and it likes to move. The room felt colder. The air felt heavy. My heartbeat felt too loud. He motioned me to sit down. I lowered myself into a booth again, hands clenched together, breathing slow and shaky. We've only seen a few like yours, he said, but the ones who survived had one thing in common. What? My voice cracked. They didn't look, he said, at anything reflective, not once. My phone buzzed. I almost threw it across the room. The alert stayed on screen, pulsing. The words, impossible to ignore. Reflection contact, active, avoid looking at all surfaces. Creature is attempting imitation. Imitation. The word hit me like a punch to the chest. It's trying to look like me, I said quietly. Why? The older man finally met my eyes. His expression was grim, hard, almost sympathetic. Because it wants your place, he said. And it only needs one clear reflection to finish the job. The teenager taped up the last window. He turned around, face pale, breathing fast. We're good, he said. No reflections out there. Not enough, the older man muttered. He turned to me. We need to check you. Me? I blinked. What does that mean? People carry reflections, he said. Phones, watches, car keys, sunglasses, anything shiny. I emptied my pockets fast. Phone, wallet with plastic window, key fob, loose change. All of it landed on the table with a hard clatter. He swept them into a box, closed it, taped it shut. No metal? He asked. Belt buckle, I said. Shoes too. Chrome on the soles. He nodded. Take them off. I kicked my shoes away and yanked the belt free. He collected everything. Another box. Another layer of tape. I felt almost naked, like the reflections were a part of me, and stripping them away made the danger real. My phone buzzed again from inside the box. Reflection denied, creature. Searching for alternate surface. Alternate surface? What else could it? A woman inside the station screamed. A loud, raw, terrified scream. We all spun toward the coolers on the far wall. The glass doors were still uncovered, still reflective. She staggered back, hand over her mouth, eyes wide with horror. I saw something, she whispered, her voice trembling. It wasn't my reflection. It wasn't anyone's. The older clerk bolted for the back room. Get the film! The teenager grabbed another roll and sprinted to the coolers, feet sliding, hands fumbling the tape. The woman trembled, pointing at the cooler door, her voice barely audible. It had his face. She pointed at me, smiling, but wrong. My knees almost buckled, my vision blurred, my heart hammered against my ribs like it wanted out. It found a surface, the older clerk shouted. Cover the damn glass. The teenager slapped film across the cooler door. Then the next. Then the next. His movements frantic, desperate, hands shaking so bad the tape barely stuck. My phone buzzed again from inside the sealed box. Reflection contact. Partial creature has obtained 30% imitation. Do not allow further viewing 30%. What happened at 100? What did it want then? Before I could finish the thought, every cooler door on the wall vibrated. Soft tap, tap, taps. In sync, rhythmic, deliberate. Don't look, the older clerk yelled. Everyone, away from the coolers. Customers scattered. Some ran, Some cried. One man fell over a candy display and crawled away on his hands and knees. The tapping stopped. Silence. Then, a single knuckle rapped on the glass. Slow, patient. Tap, tap, tap. My blood froze. I didn't need to look. I knew what it meant. It wanted me. It wanted to finish the imitation. It wanted to replace me. The older clerk rushed back. "Listen to me," he said, his voice urgent, sweat on his forehead, hands shaking. "You cannot stay here. You must leave town. Tonight." "I can't go outside," I whispered. "The windows on the car, covered," he said. "Enough to buy you time, but not enough to stop it forever." Another buzz vibrated through the box. The alert updated. Creature has left original route migrating pursuit level, high. My stomach dropped. Cold terror spread through my chest. "It's coming here," I whispered. "It's leaving the road." The older man nodded, grim. "We need to get you somewhere safe before it arrives." "Where?" I asked. He hesitated, just for a moment. Then he answered. "There's only one place in this whole county without a single reflective surface." "Where?" "The old storm shelter," he said. "Down by the river. Concrete walls, no windows, no metal, no glass." The floor vibrated suddenly, just once, like something heavy stepped onto the pavement outside. Everyone went silent, frozen, listening. The older clerk looked at me, eyes wide, voice low. "It found the building." The vibration rolled through the floor again, a slow, heavy, sickening thud, like something enormous stepped closer to the gas station. The older clerk locked eyes with me. "No sudden movements," he whispered. "Don't go near the windows. Don't even breathe loud." The teenager froze behind the counter. Two customers huddled behind a chip rack. The woman who saw my reflection in the cooler door hid in a corner, tears streaming down her face. Everything felt still, dead still, like the whole building held its breath. Another thud, closer, heavier, the kind of sound you feel in your teeth. My pulse hammered, my hands shook, my throat tightened until it was hard to swallow. "It shouldn't be able to leave the road," the older man muttered. "Nothing ever has before." The teenager shot him a look of pure panic. "What do you mean nothing? Not now." The older clerk snapped, eyes glued to the covered window. "Not in front of him." Another thud. Something dragged across the asphalt. Long, slow, scraping like claws across concrete. I clenched my fists. My whole body trembled. The older man leaned close to me, voice low, barely audible. "Listen, when we run fast. Straight out the back door into the alley. No stopping. No looking around." "Where's my car?" I whispered. "Forget the car," he said. "You'll never make it to the highway with that thing peeling your reflection off the glass. You go on foot, straight to the storm shelter." "And you?" I asked. He didn't answer. He didn't have to. The floor vibrated again, but this time it wasn't a single step. It was 2, then 3, then a slow pattern of taps on the glass front door. Tap, tap, tap! Everyone froze. The air felt cold. My lungs felt tight. It sounded like knuckles, bones, fleshless fingers tapping the glass. Tap, tap, tap! The teenager whimpered. The older clerk held a finger to his lips. A silent command. Don't make a sound. My phone vibrated inside the sealed box. Louder this time. More urgent. Like the alert was screaming at me. The tapping on the door stopped. Silence hung like a weight. Then something slid across the glass. A hand. A long, pale, distorted hand. Dragging itself downward. Even covered by blackout film, the shape pressed outward like a shadow trying to force its way through the material. The older clerk swallowed hard. "It's using reflections it remembers," he whispered. "It's trying to find a clean angle." Another vibration. My phone again. The box rattled on the tabletop. The older man motioned at it. "Check it," he said quietly. "But don't take it out of the box. Read through the tape." I leaned close, peered at the glowing screen through the little gaps in the cardboard seams. The alert text was partially visible. "Creature at range, 0. Do not allow eye contact. Do not acknowledge mirror movement. Do not respond if it speaks. My stomach dropped as another line scrolled through. "It will sound like you." I backed away from the box, heart pounding, hands shaking violently. Tap, tap, tap. The knocking returned. Harder, faster, insistent. Like it wanted inside. Like it wanted me. Everyone held still, silent, terrified. Then it happened. A voice came from the front door. My voice. "Hey," it called softly. "Hey man, can you let me in?" I nearly collapsed. My knees wobbled, my breath caught in my throat. It sounded exactly like me. Every tone, every cadence, perfectly matched. "Don't answer," the older clerk whispered. "Don't look, don't react." The voice outside tried again, a little louder, a little more desperate. "Come on, open the door. I'm cold." My eyes burned. Tears pricked at the corners. Hearing yourself beg is something the human mind isn't made for. A cold scrape dragged across the metal frame of the door. Slow, deliberate. The creature was feeling for an edge, a crack, a weak spot. The teenager whispered too loud. "Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!" The older clerk grabbed him. "Quiet!" The knocking stopped. The voice outside went silent. Then something else happened. Something worse. A shadow passed across one of the blackout-covered windows. Tall, twisted, wrong shape, wrong proportions, like a puppet made of bones and stretched skin. It paused there, breathing, waiting. The older clerk leaned toward me, voice trembling now, fear finally showing through. "It's blocking the front," he said, "which means the alley is our only exit." He grabbed my arm, tight grip, urgent. "When I say run, you run. You don't stop, don't slow down, don't look behind you, no matter what you hear." Another scrape sounded across the side wall. The shadow moved, shifting position, hunting, searching. "It's trying to circle the building," the clerk said. "We have seconds." He yanked the back door key from his pocket, jammed it into the lock, twisted. The metal clicked loudly, much too loud. The scraping outside stopped. Silence, thick, looming, horrifying. The older man whispered one last thing. "When I open this door, run like hell." He pushed the door wide. Cold night air rushed in. Moonlight fell across the alley. "Go!" I sprinted outside, bare feet slapping concrete, heart exploding in my chest, breath tearing from my lungs. Behind me, I heard the creature move. Fast. So fast the air shifted. And then, my own voice screamed from the darkness. "Wait for me!" I didn't slow down, didn't think, didn't breathe. The alley stretched ahead like a tunnel cut out of darkness. Cold air hit my face. Gravel stung my feet. My heart hammered so loud I could barely hear anything else. "Stop!" My voice screamed behind me, except it wasn't me. Not even close. It was distorted now, lower, hungrier, like something wearing my voice like a cheap mask. I ran harder. My chest burned, my lungs screamed. Every instinct begged me to glance back. Just one quick look, one peek to see how close it was. But the rule echoed through my mind. Do not look in your rearview mirror. Do not look at reflections. Do not look back. The older clerk had said the creature needed full eye contact. One clean reflection. One moment of recognition. Then it could finish the imitation. Then it could take my place. Another scream tore through the alley. My own voice again, but furious, twisted, unhinged. "Come back here!" A heavy impact shook the ground, like something dropped from a roof, then another. Then a dragging sound. Metal scraping. Concrete cracking. It was gaining. It was close. The alley funneled into a narrow trail behind the gas station. A strip of dirt that led into the trees. Black silhouettes. Branches like clawed hands. No lights. No houses. No safety. But in the darkness, I saw it. A concrete door. Half buried in the hillside. The old storm shelter. Rusty handle. Faded sign. The only place in the entire county without a single reflective surface. I sprinted for it, feet bleeding, legs shaking, breath in ragged bursts. Behind me, I heard bones cracking, skin stretching, a gurgling growl that didn't sound human at all. "Wait," my voice whispered. Softer now, closer, almost at my ear. I nearly tripped, nearly broke the rule, nearly looked back. I didn't. I slammed into the shelter door, grabbed the handle, pulled. The rusted hinges screamed as it opened. Inside, pure darkness. No windows, no metal, no reflections at all. I threw myself in and yanked the door shut. The darkness swallowed me. Heavy, silent, oppressive. For a moment I thought I was safe. For a moment I let myself breathe. Then, a hand slapped the outside of the door. Hard. So hard dust rained from the ceiling. Another slap, then scraping, claws dragging down the concrete. Slow, thoughtful, knowing. Then the voice whispered through the cracks. "You didn't look back," it said with my voice. "Good job." My heart stopped. My blood turned to ice. It tapped the door, gentle, playful, mocking. "But you know what's funny?" it whispered. "I don't need a mirror anymore." My breath caught. I pressed my back against the far wall, hands shaking violently, scraping, clawing, a groan of bending concrete. The doorframe shook as something leaned against it from outside. "I have your face now," it whispered. "And once I'm done here, I'll walk back up that path. I'll go into town. I'll talk. I'll smile. I'll breathe. I'll live. Just like you." "No," I whispered, my voice tiny, shaking, useless. "Yes," it hissed. "Everyone will think I'm you. They'll never know. Not until I start changing things." The door bulged inward, concrete cracking, rust flaking. The hinges screeched. I backed farther into the dark. My hands found nothing. No objects, no tools, no weapon, nothing but empty space and fear. The creature pushed harder. Another crack split across the frame. "You can't hide," it whispered. "You can't run, and you can't stop me." I squeezed my eyes shut. I could feel the vibration of its voice through the door. Feel the cold through the concrete. Feel its grin. Feel its certainty. The door groaned again. One more push and it would break. Then, my phone vibrated. From the box the clerks gave me. Somehow it was in my pocket, still taped shut, still buzzing like a heartbeat. I pulled it out, held the sealed box tight. The light inside flickered through the cardboard seam. A final emergency alert flashed, words glowing faintly, barely visible. Creature imitation. 99%, 1% remains. Do not look back. Do not look at it. Do not step into moonlight. Moonlight, what did that mean? The creature stopped pushing. Silence pressed against the door like a weight. Then it whispered one last time. Soft. Amused. Mocking. "I'll wait outside," it said. "Just until sunrise." My heart froze. Sunrise meant my shadow, my silhouette, another reflection. The creature laughed with my voice, quiet, patient, deadly. "Then you'll give me what I'm missing." Footsteps faded. Slow. Confident. Leaving the door. Leaving me trapped in the dark. But not safe. Never safe. Because the moment I step outside, into the dawn light, into my own shadow, into any reflective surface, it'll finish the imitation. It'll take my place. And the world will never know the difference. So for now, I sit here, In the dark, alone, phone dying, breath shaking, waiting for a sunrise I can never walk into, waiting for a creature that looks like me, talks like me, laughs like me, to take the life that used to be mine. And all because I drove down Route 17 and broke one rule. I looked at the mirror.